So hi, hello, Sat Shri Akal. You all are watching Punjab Kesari Navodaya Times. मैं हूँ आपके साथ नमिता सचदेव and we have with us personally मुझे लगता है one of the most good looking actors of the industry. Yes, we are talking with Mr. Arbaaz Khan right now. Arbaaz, welcome to Punjab Kesari Navodaya Times. कैसे हो आप?
थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू। मैं ठीक हूँ, आप
Okay,
सुनाए।
so बिल्कुल सही, बहुत बढ़िया और अब मैं और अच्छी हो गई हूँ आपसे बात भी हो रही है मेरी.
जी।
So well, अगर तनाव के ट्रेलर की मैं बात करती हूँ, it's one of the most powerful trailers that we have seen, very engaging and very enthusiastic मैं कहूँगी. Well, how you were got approached for this series, Tanav?
सो इट्स जैसे कि आप और लॉकडाउन के दौरान हम सब घर पे वेब शोज देखते थे, तो मैं भी देखता था। आई वाज एंगेजिंग माय टाइम वाचिंग लॉट ऑफ वेब शोज। तो काफी लोगों के देखने के बाद रिकमेंडेशन आते थे कि तुमने ये शो देखा, तुमने वो शो देखा, ये देखो वो देखो। तो तनाव का भी जिक्र होता था उस दौरान।
हाँ.
तो बट सॉरी, फौदा का जिक्र होता था। एंड फौदा
Okay.
मैंने फिर फाइनली देखा। एंड
Hmm.
I loved it so much. I watched it like in one go, 3 seasons, within a matter of
Hmm.
just about a week, 10 days. And I really liked it. And I thought that maybe I should be part of a show like this, ever. And we should make shows like that. And it so happened
Hmm.
that 8 months later, I got an offer from Applause Films that they are making Fauda itself. They were
Wow.
adapting Fauda. So I thought maybe there was something that I left in the universe, like, like a manifested it, like I want to do something like this. And it came true. So then I was approached for this. I was requested to do a kind of a audition for a role that they had given me with few lines. And मुकेश छाबरिया के ऑफिस से उसकी रिक्वायरमेंट आई थी, और मैंने फिर अपने एक दोस्त को बुला के एक आईफोन के ऊपर एक वेरी एमेच्योरिश वीडियो शूट करके उनको भेजा। एंड आई वाज होपिंग के भाई का आंसर आए। तो 1 या 2 दिन चले गए, आंसर नहीं आया। मैं थोड़ा नर्वस हो गया क्योंकि ये पहला मेरा ऑडिशन था। बिकॉज इवन स्पाइट ऑफ द फैक्ट लाइक आई हैव डन like I've been around for almost like what 1996 was my debut, so I've been around for
Yes.
over 25 years. And honestly, in those many years, all the work that I've done, and I've done over like 75 films, in varied kind of roles, leading roles, second leads, character roles, negative roles and all that. In spite of all of that, I never had to audition for any of my work.
Hmm.
So this was a
Hmm.
little bit of a like after my body of work, like they really want me to still audition for it. I said no, but ठीक
Yes,
है,
that's
I
what I wanted
respect,
to ask you. हाँ, कि
right?
इतने सारी फिल्में करने के बाद आपको ऑडिशन देना पड़ा, ऐसा क्यों?
Yeah, so I think now things are changed, and it's not a bad thing. Today approvals come from various levels. पहले हमारे
Hmm.
टाइम में क्या, अभी भी कुछ ऐसे लोग हैं जो डायरेक्टर इंसिस्ट करता है कि भाई यही मुझे एक्टर चाहिए, या प्रोड्यूसर इंसिस्ट
हाँ.
करता है, या राइटर इंसिस्ट करता है। अभी क्या होता है, अप्रूवल शायद ऑन मल्टीपल लेवल्स पे होता है। डायरेक्टर का भी अप्रूवल चाहिए होता है, साइमल्टेनियसली प्रोड्यूसर का भी चाहिए होता है, प्रोडक्शन हाउस का भी, या तो फिर चैनल या जो जहां पर आप दे रहे हो उनको भी चाहिए होता है कि भाई कितनी पॉपुलैरिटी है, राइट है कि नहीं है एक्टर। एंड देन ऑफ कोर्स एक कभी कभी को स्टार का होता है कि को स्टार बोलता है यार मुझे इनके साथ काम करना है, कंफर्टेबल है या नहीं है। तो बहुत
हाँ.
मल्टीपल लेयर्स के ऊपर आपको एक अप्रूवल चाहिए होता है, जो पहले इतना होता नहीं था। तो ठीक है।
Hmm.
सो इफ यू आर एक्चुअली कमिंग ऑन फिल्म टुडे ऑन एनी फिल्म, you have
Hmm.
passed multiple tests, let's put it that way. You have been somebody
Hmm.
who has gone through an entire filtration and a selection process. So it's a good thing.
Hmm.
So that means that the team is very sure who they want, rather than somebody
Hmm.
pushing them and saying कि यार यार हम नहीं चाहते थे लेकिन डायरेक्टर बड़ा इंसिस्ट करता था कि इसको ले लो, या हम नहीं चाहते थे बट प्रोड्यूसर वाज वेरी इंसिस्टेंट। अभी ये बाकायदा यूनानिमस डिसीजन होता है, चाहे वो एक छोटे से रोल के लिए क्यों ना हो। And I
Hmm.
know that because I'm doing that on my film at this point in time. I'm doing a film called Patna Shukla, which is going on floor on the
हाँ,
8th of
हाँ.
this month. But we've been in
Okay.
work, we've been working on the pre-production for the longest time, almost a year we've been working on the
Wow.
film, right? And I
Hmm.
know from casting for the film, from the primary cast to the secondary cast, we had to shortlist actors, we had to meet them, we had to, see whether their look works. And there were four people in each category. And the
Hmm.
approval used to come from me, my director, my production people, my lot of people who mattered. Okay, bhai, are we
Hmm.
on the same page? So I think that process has started right now, which is a good thing.
Hmm. Now that you have become a filmmaker also, so what process do you enjoy more, acting or filmmaking?
I think, whenever I'm doing whatever I'm doing, I think I concentrate on that. Acting is something that
Hmm.
I've, started my career with. So that's my first love. That's something that I want to do for as long as people think that I'm worthy of getting cast in movies and films and web shows. And that is something I really want to do. And I think I'm over the years, I've started to become a little more competent and better at what I do. I've started to understand my craft and get better skills in what I do because I see myself at times in my earlier films and I say, yes, I was good in this film and I was not so good here, and maybe I have to work harder and maybe I have to learn more. But I think now there's a little bit of more understanding and maturity, and particularly in that craft. So that's something that I think I want to continue doing. As a filmmaker, I'm a little more I would say detailed. I'm very particular. Maybe not so particular in terms of as an actor. Let's be very honest, because the
Okay.
choices are less. But when I make my
Uh,
own movie, I decide what movies I want to do, who I want to work with, what will be the styling of it, what will be the budget, what will be the production design, what will be the kind of music. So there's more creative control on a movie, which I do produce, and maybe which I direct also. So I enjoy that. I also do what you do. I take interviews
yes,
and I do chat shows and all that stuff. So there are many
and you
hats
enjoy
that I've
that.
got at this point in
You
time, and
enjoy that, no?
I kind of do enjoy each one of them. Yeah, I don't want to
Hmm.
put a preference on it. It's just that as a filmmaker, I think there is a little more creative control, and then as an actor, I maybe may rely a lot on my director and my producer and other people around to see that I excel. But the responsibility and the onus is far more when you make your own film.
Hmm. But can we say that Arbaaz is a director's actor when he's acting on set, or he wants some creative liberty from the director to act or to do his performance as an actor?
No, so I don't interfere. I don't remotely bring any of my other aspects onto the film. So I think a director has his own vision. He has stayed with the story. He has stayed with his characters. He has the vision to cast you. So he already knows where he is, and everybody has their own way and direction of how they want to see. So it's you can suggest, but you should not influence. It's important that you take interest in something, but you don't want to interfere, because everybody has a thought process. If you keep rattling people, because then they'll not make the film the way they should make the film. I always believe that if there is one scene and there are four directors, each director will direct the scene differently. Similarly, if there is one scene and there are four actors, all four actors will act differently. So there is no one way or right way of doing it. It's just that you have to follow a vision. So if you're working with a Bansali, he has his style. If you're working with a Suraj Bhatia, he
Absolutely.
has his style. If you're working with a Hirani, he has his style. You cannot say that, why aren't you shooting this film like Bansali? Or why aren't you shooting this film like David Dhawan? If you're working with Dhawan, he's got a very successful style, but that's his style. Ram Gopal Verma would have his style. So everybody has his
Bilkul.
distinct style, and you're going to, when you work with them, you have to adapt to them rather than put your influences into them, right? So when I work with the director, I am a director's actor. I am not an actor who is so competent that I can work in a void. Like there is okay director or a very okay scene, and I'll still excel. No, for me to excel, I need a good role, and I need a good interpretation of the role from the director for me to really come to do my best. I like to kind of surrender to my director and to my film and to my role. So I
Very
need to
nice.
be protected, and then I am capable of delivering, at least being competent enough to deliver.
Absolutely. You said so beautifully. Now, I could see at the back of yours three very talented and excellent actors in the poster,
Yeah,
Mr. Rajat Kapoor, Mr.
they're all
Manav Vij,
very
and Mr. Arbaaz Khan altogether.
right.
So, does that make any difference when your co-actors are equally good as you are?
Oh, so you kind of feed off each other, right? ऐसे अच्छे एक्टर्स के साथ हम जब ये काम करते हैं तो स्टेज करते हैं सीन को, तो हम अपना टोन डिसाइड करते हैं, हम अपना एटीट्यूड डिसाइड करते हैं, हम अपना मूवमेंट डिसाइड करते हैं, हम ऑल दोस थिंग्स हेल्प, सो दैट ओके ओके तू ऐसे लेके जाएगा तो फिर मैं ऐसे लेके जाऊंगा, ऐसे, because if I come fixated with what I want to do and you come fixated with what you want to do, it will just change the scene. You cannot say that I'm going to be rigid at this is I worked on this scene by myself and I wanted to be done that way. So you tend to work in unison with your actors, and you tend to play, okay, fine, this is how we can work this scene out. Then that comes out very naturally and that comes out very beautifully.
तो अपने परफॉर्मेंस के दौरान कभी तनाव होता है अरबाज को
नहीं,
इन
मुझे
जनरल?
होता है. I am generally not one of those extremely overconfident actors. I get nervous. I concentrate on wanting to learn my lines so that I
Good
kind of
thing.
internalize them. I should believe that they are my lines. So I try to prepare them. I read them, reread them. I say them many times so that I just feel comfortable with them. Then once I've learned the lines, then I start thinking about how I'm going to perform it and how I'm going to move. Because if you don't know your lines, then it can be told on the screen कि भाई आप याद कर रहे हो लाइंस को. तो सबसे पहले जब भी लाइंस होती है ना, तो आप पहले तो इंटरनलाइज करो. जैसे कि अभी मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, तो ये लाइन जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये मेरे में इंटरनलाइज है. मुझे सोचना नहीं पड़ता मुझे क्या बोलना है. मुझे फट से मुझे मालूम है मुझे क्या बोलना है. तो यही चीज आपको कैरेक्टर के साथ करनी है कि उसके लगने चाहिए लाइंस. जब आप याद करोगे ना, जब माइंड में लगेगा कि उसने क्या बोला था, नेक्स्ट पॉज क्या था, तो फिर वो तो पहले तो उसको, जैसे आप स्टेज पे प्लेस देखते हो तो आपको कभी भी ऐसा नहीं लगेगा कि एक्टर अपनी लाइंस याद कर रहा है. उन्होंने इतने रिहर्सल्स किए हैं ना, इतने वो मिलके रीडिंग्स किए कि अब वो सिर्फ मूवमेंट पे और परफॉर्मेंस पे ध्यान देते हैं. वो भी करते करते वो नेचुरल हो जाता है. तो आपको हर चीज को इंटरनलाइज करना पड़ता है. तो प्रेपरेशन इज द की. So basically, the more you prepare for anything, the easier it gets for you to perform. Even
And
for
that
other
conviction, we
things.
could see that in the trailer, in your performance, of course.
Yeah. So that happens even with filmmakers. I mean, to the people, you can come on the set and be so talented that you can get the scene on the set and you can direct it there only and you can compose it there and you can frame it there. Very good. But if you were to get time, if you were to see the location, if you were to see the scene, if you were to go and do a staging and do a breakdown, you would be able to refine that moment even better. So then you can talk about camera placements, you can talk about where your props are going to be, you can talk about where the lighting is going to be, you can talk about entries, exits, pauses, what lensing you're going to do. So basically everything is about detailing. What they say, everything is in the detailing, right? जितना आप उसमें घुसोगे उतना आप उसको refine करोगे.
Very nice. So before I sign off the interview, I would ask you like 3 words for Tanaav that you want to say or tell to the viewers. Why would they watch it?
3 words is please watch it.
Very smart. Thank you so much. Amazing talking to you, Arbaaz. Thank you. All the best.